Yo, what is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Tomorrow is the deadline for NFL rosters to set, the 53-man mark. And so I will be covering everything that goes down, all the releases, all the players, the final roster when it comes out tomorrow. I'll break it down on this channel. So it should be a pretty exciting week, I'd probably say, for, most NFL fan bases. Finally getting to see, who our 53-man roster is going to be made up of after, all the training camp battles, all the preseason games, all that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty exciting week. And then we got, 2 weeks now? A little less than 2 weeks till the season actually starts. So I'm pumped for the season. I'm ready to go. But what I want to talk about in this video is a Packers rookie who just completely dominated, not just when it comes to ranking him against other Packers players, but when it comes to the entire league as a whole. And this is Packers rookie 4th round pick, offensive guard Royce Newman. He has been a beast. So I put out a tweet here a little earlier today. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, you want to see more Packers stuff and stats, that kind of stuff, follow me right here. Luke_Beller is my username. But as you can see here from this tweet, I say Packers 4th round rookie guard Royce Newman was a beast this preseason. He was the 2nd highest graded offensive lineman in the preseason per PFF. He allowed 0 pressures and 0 sacks. And he was the highest graded player on the Packers offense this preseason. I said the Packers got a steal in the 4th round. So the fact that the Packers were able to draft a guy in the 4th round who comes in here and is the 2nd highest graded offensive lineman in the NFL in the preseason, I think is pretty massive, for this Packers offensive line, because we're not just measuring him up against rookies, we're not just measuring him up against his position at guard, but he was the 2nd highest graded lineman in this entire preseason, only behind one other guy who played in about 11 snaps. So with a 91.8 grade, it's honestly insane how good he was and the fact that he was drafted in the 4th round. And so I was sort of curious to see, all the different offensive linemen that were drafted in the 1st round of this 2021 NFL draft. I was curious to see sort of where they graded and how they performed. And so here we go. We have 7 overall. The Lions pick Penei Sewell, offensive tackle. In this preseason, Sewell has a 38.6 grade in 60 snaps, allowed 4 pressures. So that is not very good, just to give you a little bit of an idea of where he ranks there, overall. The 200th graded lineman this preseason had a 63.8 grade. So I couldn't even scroll down to see what that made Penei Sewell ranked, but he had a pretty tough preseason. Of course, though, this is a preseason. We'll have to see what happens in the season, and guys are going to develop and grow. So it's not like we can, know the entire player's future just from, a few preseason games, but definitely promising for how Royce Newman has looked so far. Then we got 13th overall, the Chargers pick Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle. He had a 71.4 grade in 20 snaps. So, yeah, Newman, 20 points higher there for the grade. 14th overall, the Jets got Elijah Vera-Tucker. He didn't play because of injury, so we can't talk about him. 17th overall, the Raiders picked offensive tackle Alex Leatherwood. He has a 63.2 grade in 39 snaps and has allowed 2 pressures. Then to end it off, we have Vikings picked Christian Darius, offensive tackle, 23rd overall, but he also had an injury. So the fact that so far right now, the Packers were able to get a guy in the 4th round who has been one of the best this preseason, better than 7th overall draft pick Penei Sewell. So if Royce Newman continues to play at this level better than these 1st round picks, I think it's going to go down as, a massive steal, that the Packers got in this draft. As I've said, it may be too soon to judge. I mean, it is too soon to judge, his entire career off of 3 preseason games, but he looks very promising so far in the time that we have seen him in this preseason. And then sort of now looking at the Packers offensive line overall, sort of seeing what's going on there. When it came to, coming into the preseason, it seemed that maybe Lucas Patrick could be a guy to start at right guard. Maybe John Runyon at left guard, if David Bakhtiari doesn't come in here and, start this season because of that, ACL tear he suffered. Elton Jenkins maybe pops out to left tackle. But Lucas Patrick came in and had a pretty bad preseason. He had a 55.1 grade on 75 snaps, allowed 1 pressure. And so Royce Newman really outplayed Lucas Patrick, and it seems that Royce Newman has pushed his way ahead of Lucas Patrick when it comes to this Packers offensive line. So now, when we look at this Packers offensive line, I think earlier in the offseason, I think this Packers line, still looked pretty solid. But, we did lose Corey Linsley, one of the best centers in the league, to the Chargers. Of course, David Bakhtiari has been injured. So the Packers came in, drafted a lot of different guys in this draft. I think it was 3 total, I guess, in the draft, with Josh Myers in the 2nd round, Royce Newman in the 4th, and then Colvin Lennon. And so the fact that we're able to get a guy in the 4th round who's already able to come in here and play at this level is just insane, and I think it's awesome. Awesome job by the Packers, finding this guy and being able to spot this kind of talent in the 4th round, and hopefully he can continue to play at that level. But I just wanted to come in here, point that out, show you guys just how good he's been. Hopefully he can keep it up for this season, because if he can, man, this Packers line is going to be tough to stop, tough to break through to get to Aaron Rodgers, especially once, David Bakhtiari comes back. Imagine David Bakhtiari, Elton Jenkins, Josh Myers, hopefully he, can play well, can keep it up. And then, of course, Royce Newman, if he can keep up, this consistent play that he has so far, then maybe Billy Turner on the outside. I think this Packers line is pretty stacked, and I'm pumped to see, what they can do this season. But that's going to be it for this one. If you guys want to see more Packers content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel down below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.